So I wanted to join you all today, albeit briefly, to support Yvonne and her team at such a wonderful event that connects incredible businesswomen globally. Yvonne, you are truly an inspiration. I love the quote on Wintrade's Global's website. In extraordinary times, you need extraordinary support, and never have those words been truer than in the last 18 months. We've all needed support at times. We've had to learn to ask for support, which isn't always easy. And then we've had to learn to accept that support. And as leaders of businesses, we rapidly had to evaluate the support that our people, our businesses, our customers, and the communities that we operate in needed in many cases to simply survive. And given all of this, the theme of this panel, what a difference a year makes, it's particularly apt. Today, I'd like to share with you the most important lesson we learned at Virgin during the last 18 months, that embedding purpose into the heart of everything that your business does and using it to make every single decision, it will see you through the hardest and most desperate of times. As this is an audience full of purposeful leaders, I wanted to talk to you a little about the purpose of purpose and why we care so much about it at Virgin and as a family. And I thought I'd also give you a little bit of background and context about me and my role. It's hard to believe it's been over 12 years since I joined Virgin, and I started off with doing a year and a half of going around all of the Virgin businesses as an intern, and I became a part of the passionate team who was tasked with driving forward our purpose and vision of changing business for good. And it's been an incredible journey and an incredible learning curve. And I'm so proud of everything our companies have achieved and continue to achieve. 12 years on, we now have 30 Virgin businesses across the world living and breathing their purpose every day. All of those years ago, our belief that purpose and profit combined have the power to change the world was not the accepted commercial approach that it is for many today. But our teams persevered, and now being purposeful business is at the very DNA of our companies, and importantly will be at the heart of all our future investments, and I have loved every minute of being part of that journey. In October last year, I was delighted to take up a board position at Virgin Group to become our Chief Purpose and Vision Officer, and it's a role I'm truly passionate about and excited about. And I believe that Virgin has an opportunity and also the willingness to create a legacy for our brand that's purposeful, that's sustainable, and that puts the well-being of people and planet at the heart of everything that we do. And ultimately, that is my vision going forward, and a goal that I believe all businesses globally should work towards. As I mentioned, our group's purpose is changing business for good, both internally by putting the well-being success of our people, customers, communities, partners and supply chains at the heart of everything we do and every decision we make, but also externally by setting the highest example we can when it comes to sustainable investing, world-class innovative business practices, and fully embracing diversity, equity and inclusion. When the pandemic caught us all unaware in March 2020, as leaders in business, our people-first culture was our #1 priority. Every day watching the horrifying statistics on the news, we knew it was important as a business that we remembered that all of our people were and actually still are feeling anxious for their families, their friends and their neighbours. And very early on, we realised that it's important that we increase our bereavement support, suicide support, parental buddy support. And we came up with a strategy of how we might better support carers. Throughout the last 18 months, we've continued to support our people and their families in every way that we can. Your business is your people, and successful businesses are those that never forget that. Although ensuring that our businesses survived the pandemic took a lot of our energy and focus, as a leadership team, we did not forget our drive to make Virgin the gold standard when it comes to diversity, equity and inclusion. At Virgin Management, each member of our leadership team is responsible for, and really importantly, they're held accountable for, an area of D&I covering gender, LGBTQI+, age and life stage, disability, ethnicity and social mobility. We each lead a team of passionate volunteers across the businesses who meet regularly to discuss topics, research best practice and action innovative people policies to ensure we become truly diverse and inclusive. I'm the lead of the ethnicity team, And one of the actions that came out from my team in the last year was that we signed the Race at Work Charter. As a result, many of our other Virgin companies have followed suit. And I genuinely cannot stress how proactive, educational and effective these groups have been while sparking those difficult conversations we should all be having in our businesses and that ultimately lead to action. COVID has thrown a huge spotlight on some of the world's most pressing areas of inequality. And again, given our theme, what a difference a year makes, an incredible women in this network, we cannot ignore how much women in the workforce have been negatively impacted by the pandemic. The last 18 months have been near impossible for working women. COVID have highlighted like nothing before the fact that women carry the main responsibility as carers. They take on the bulk of domestic tasks. And on top of that, the stress and anxiety of ensuring that everyone stays healthy, both physically and mentally. During all of that while working remotely in a full-time job, and for working mums homeschooling at the same time, it's just not sustainable. Unfortunately, this pressure has resulted in so many women reevaluating their careers, with many choosing to go part-time or drop out of the workforce altogether. Add to that the fact that women on a whole have been the most negatively affected by job losses, particularly in retail, entertainment and the service industries. Young women, women of colour and disabled women being the most adversely affected. It will take government, businesses and leading human rights organisations to work together to ensure that we correct this gender travesty caused by COVID. As business leaders in office-based companies, one of our main priorities and one of the most positive immediate actions we can take is to bring about a future of work post-pandemic that encourages women to stay in the workforce or to come back to full-time work. We have always believed in the benefits of fully flexible working at Virgin, and the pandemic has shown that remote working does not negatively impact productivity at all. And the lifestyle choice it opens up for all of our people could improve the quality of their lives immeasurably. Again, this is post-pandemic when the restrictions placed on us have been lifted. But fully flexible working also has so many positive implications, not just for carers, who are majority female, but also for people with disabilities and for those at a life stage where the thought of travelling to an office every day is no longer that attractive. I'm excited about the future of work that we can create as a business. It is a company's responsibility to ensure that it is creating an environment that sees, respects and values the needs of all of its people. If there is one positive that we can take from the last year, it's that working remotely and flexibly actually works. And that's just worth all of us keeping front of mind. What a difference a year make does not necessarily have to be a negative difference. As businesses, we have seen the importance of having a purpose and a vision that puts people, community and planet at the heart of what we do to see us through the toughest of times. We've witnessed firsthand the flexible and remote working does not negatively affect your bottom line, but can open recruitment channels that will attract a more diverse, equitable and inclusive workforce. It also highlighted that the global economy will suffer greatly if we do not turn the tide on gender inequality in the workforce, but did show us solutions that if all businesses were to follow, we can achieve gender parity a lot sooner than predicted. Thank you so much for listening today, and I hope you've managed to leave with a couple of takeaways from me. Have a fantastic conference, and thank you again, Yvonne, and your team for inviting me to join. Hopefully next time it will be in person.